Alrighty, back at it with the Duelist Kingdom action, and in this one, Bandit Keith will be taking on none other than PaniK. So this is another one of those what-if matches that we never got to see in the anime. Both players more rely on... Keith relies on his hard-hitting machine monsters. If he can draw them early, he can definitely get the jump on PaniK, because PaniK's deck isn't actually that strong. PaniK's deck consists of a lot of fiend monsters, and a lot of them are below that 1500 attack mark. So let's see what Keith starts with. We're from his perspective, as we see Fissure. There's Guardian of the Throne Room as well. There's a Barrel Dragon and a Blast Juggler, as well as the ritual card for Zero the Man. Alright, PaniK won Rock, Paper, Scissors. He started first. He played a face-down defense and a face-down magical trap. Bandit Keith starts off with the strongest card in his hand, the Guardian of the Throne Room at 1650. And, Earthbound Spirit straight off the bat for PaniK. That's not a bad start for him. 2000 defense. Keith will have to put in a little bit of work to get through that. Although he does have Fissure, so... PaniK plays Yami. Not bad. That'll give all of his monsters a 200-point buffer, but it won't protect his Earthbound Spirit, unfortunately. There's Machine King. Now, Keith could destroy Earthbound Spirit with Machine King, but he decides not to. Goes for Fissure, and goes for only tank T34, so opting for 2 attacking monsters rather than the one strong one in Machine King. Alright, off to a rough start for PaniK. He's already down to 4950 life points. Keith sitting comfortably at 7650. And what has PaniK got in response? He needs something quick, otherwise this is going to be a very quick victory for Bandit Keith. Another face-down defense from PaniK. And turn change back to Keith. There's Blast Sphere. And this time he's going for Machine King. PaniK does have Yami on the field, so I guess Keith wants to make it a sure thing, just in case if PaniK does have a 5-star in his hand and it's something like a King of Yummy Makai and Keith only has his mid-1000 attacking monsters, and PaniK could reclaim the advantage, but Keith playing very, very well here. He only needs one more turn for PaniK to be defeated. If PaniK can't defend well, Blast Sphere and Protector of the or Guardian of the Throne Room together aren't strong enough. There's Pendulum Machine. Okay, Keith. Okay, if he wins this attack and PaniK can't block with anything else, it was a Sangan. If PaniK's face down can't help him, then Bandit Keith is going to win this first leg in very quick fashion. And, there was a Castle of Dark Illusions, so nothing really that PaniK could draw from his deck, I think, that's going to help him in this situation. There goes 2500 and 1400. Looks like PaniK cannot block. He cannot, and Bandit Keith picks up an 8-turn victory for the first leg. Very convincing win. And we will flip over to PaniK's perspective for this second match. If Bandit Keith can get those strong machines to the field early, PaniK is going to have a tough time with this one. PaniK does have a few good monsters in his deck, but he doesn't have the mid-tier 1000 heavy hitters like what some of the other decks do. In terms of Fiend monsters, there weren't a lot of them that sort of hit that range very early on in Duelist Kingdom. Plenty of low-level ones of Fiend types. He's got Earthbound Spirit again. There's Dark Titan of Terror and Sword of Dark Destruction. So if he put that with Dark Titan of Terror, that'd be a 1700. That's not too bad. Alright, Keith is starting off this one. He goes with a face-down defense and a face-down spell or trap. Alright, after this one, we will have Loomis and Umbra taking on Weevil in Battle City, and Jaden I do believe is taking on Rex Raptor. I thought it might be better to leave the match with Jaden and Mai just a little bit later into the series. Because that on paper should be a good match, Mai versus Jaden. Alright, Overdrive is played by Bandit Keith, 1600. Won't get over Earthbound Spirit. Now, PaniK elected not to activate his trap hole there. He didn't need to. He does have the defense. He does have a counter-attack with Dark Titan of Terror if he chooses to as well. There's Hyro's Shadow Scout. And PaniK elects for Hyro's Shadow Scout over Dark Titan of Terror for the moment. Alright, Bandit Keith draws. If he goes for a 2 monster tribute, he's going to be in for a lot of disappointment with that trap hole. However, he doesn't. He's just gone straight for his battle fades. Hyro's Shadow Scout is flipped up. Battle Footballer, Mystical Space Typhoon, and Fissure. Okay, PaniK has gotten rid of Bandit Keith's Fissure, so his Earthbound Spirit is further protected in this match. It was Fissure that got rid of it in the last game. Bandit Keith might be a bit vulnerable here. There's Metal Guardian. Now, if PaniK plays Dark Titan of Terror with Sword of Dark Destruction, that'll be a 1700. Still with Trap Hole on the field as well. And that is what we're seeing. Sword of Dark Destruction attached to Dark Titan of Terror. So a 1700 attacker now on the field for PaniK, and that will get over Overdrive unless Keith... No face down activation. Okay, PaniK now has the advantage. 1700 attack and a 2000 defense. Although Keith, he does have some hard-hitting monsters in his deck. What does he have in response? Oh, Dark Hole. Clutch draw and sweeps the field. And he follows it up with Patrol Robo. Only an 1100. Does PaniK go for Trap Hole? He doesn't. Alright, PaniK down to 6900. Keith at 7500. So pretty even on life points in this one. Return change, and it's a Castle Walls, which doesn't really help PaniK in this situation. Now, what does he go for here? He's still got his Trap Hole on the field. He throws down Castle Walls. And he has played Visago the Destroyer. And he's going for the battle phase. He's going for Patrol Robo. He does still have that Trap Hole on the field, so he could block a monster that Bandit Keith summons. Although only Metal Guardian in hand. PaniK, well, he's starting to feel a little bit uneasy here with his hand. Now, what has Bandit Keith got in response? It is Holograph. Not Holograph, as I used to think. Holograph. And what does PaniK go for here? He's thinking about it, and he does. He activates Trap Hole this time. Really doesn't want to lose too many more life points, and it's possible that he may not draw another monster to defend with on next turn. Okay, he's drawn Ryukushin, so PaniK now looking for some counter-attacking option. It's only a 1000 attack, but with Bandit Keith playing the 1100 in Holograph, maybe that 1000 can hold for PaniK. So Bandit Keith down to 6500, PaniK at 6900, still a close match. Very close match. Now, if PaniK can get that Metal Guardian to the field, he may be safe for a little while. And, Keith has just drawn Mechanical Chaser. 1850, and that will get through most of PANIK's attacking forces. Alright, 850 off, 6050, playing 6500. And, Reaper of the Cards, unable to be summoned. PaniK has to skip his turn, and Bandit Keith in prime position to attack here. And what's Bandit Keith got? He plays Battle Footballer in attack mode. Don't see that very often. And Battle Battle Footballer in for an attack, 1,000 plus 1,850, 2,850 altogether. And PaniK is losing a lot of points. Only 3,200 remaining. He needs something, and he needs it on this draw. It's Ryukish Empowered. It's a 1,600. Pity that PaniK doesn't have his Sword of Dark Destruction at the moment, or even a Dark Energy would have been nice. But he will take out Battle Footballer. Alright, so... Oh, Time Machine. Okay, Bandit Keith electing to bring back Battle Footballer. When one of your monsters is destroyed by battle, you can bring it back. So, back from the past is Battle Footballer. And it's going to mean that Keith can hit again with another 1,000 points on Battle Footballer. Goes with a face down spell or trap. And Bandit Keith summons Blast Juggler. Okay, 1,850 destroys a 1,600, 250 off PaniK. So 1,800 more life points coming off PaniK. He's going to be down to 1,150. And he doesn't have anything in his hand that he can currently summon. He may be gone on next turn. PaniK, he has to draw something. It has to be now. And he pulls Meter Bat. Not anywhere near enough in terms of strength for PaniK on this one. Throws down Meter Bat. Unfortunately, he won't be able to get Reaper of the Cards or Metal Guardian to the field. And it looks like this one is done. PaniK's only got Castle Walls on the field, which again won't be enough. Unless Bandit Keith heavily misplays here, which he's not going to. He's gone for a Tribute. And ka-ching, jackpot, it is Slot Machine. And okay, that's what that face down was. It was Metal Morph. So PaniK flips up Castle Walls, I guess just for the hell of it. Well, Slot Machine might as well have it. And this one is all over. Bandit Keith into the battle phase. Goes in with Mechanical Chaser. Meter Bat is destroyed. And Slot Machine is going to pick up the win for Bandit Keith. The card he used to attempt to cheat Joey out of Duelist Kingdom with. Bandit Keith picks up a 2-0 win in a best of 3 over PaniK. Convincing win for Bandit Keith, and he is actually doing... I know some people have said, oh, you know, Bandit Keith's deck isn't that good. Believe it or not, Bandit Keith, after that victory, let's put that into the graph, Bandit Keith is second. He is level with Kyber. Third is Mai. That is actually quite shocking. Bandit Keith is tied for first place, unless you put Rebecca in the mix. But in this 16-character season, Bandit Keith is tied for first. He is actually performing really well. Over in Battle City, we've got Weevil taking on Loomis and Umbra, who it could be an interesting match. Both technical duelists, and Jaden taking on Rex Raptor later on. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for leaving all the comments as well. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.